Okay, here we go. So are we gonna have an agenda here today? Like, are we gonna like just kind of go around the horn and just kind of talk about ourselves? Or?
I have a few questions. I was just trying to wait for more people to join in.
Sure.
So I'm gonna give them a few. I'm about to send out a message, and then we can just get started.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right, I think we're gonna get started. Just let. Well, I know Tremblay will be on. We'll just go from there. um, right. All right. So we're gonna get folks sifting as they are. um, I just sent out a couple of more messages. I don't know if everybody. Okay. So I'm gonna get to my questions real quick. I just want to welcome everybody. All right, so I'm just going to welcome everybody to the Alpha Company 244 Battalion Classes 1617 virtual reunion. And for those that are on now and those will be coming, so happy that you have all taken the time out your busy schedules to attend and reminisce from the beginning stages of your military career. So first, I did want everybody to go around and kind of introduce yourselves and tell us what you're doing now, any updates, where you live, and anything else you want to know about yourselves. So I can go first. So of course, I'm Shamila Green. I live in the beautiful state of Texas right now. I do work for the federal government as a regional tech. And the platform that we're on Facebook is my business, The Empowerment Firm, and it is solely a business that is dedicated to women, service women and women vets, providing goods and services for them. I do have my master's degree in law. I am a nerd and I love to read. So I'm acting like this is my profile on eHarmony. I love to read and I like long rocks. That's a little bit about what's going on with me right now. Angie, did you want to go next?
Okay, sure. I'm currently living in the Peach State of Georgia. I'm stationed at here at Fort Gordon. I'm currently the Chief of Logistics at Eisenhower Army Medical Center. Basically, I'm pretty sure what you all know what that is. I love to collect shoes. I'm sure you all know that from my Facebook page. Yeah, I just hit my 22 years in the military. And, you know, I think I got a few more years in me before I hang my boots up. Currently Lieutenant Colonel. So I achieved the rank I set out to achieve when I decided to go the officer route. So I feel pretty accomplished in that matter.
I know, right? That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Michael.
Mike, my fellow Michigan State grad, what's going on?
Oh man, so it's incredible how my path mirrors yours. It's phenomenal. So I just went over 22 years on the 19th of August, and so I enlisted, you know, in '98, and obviously, and went to officer candidate school shortly thereafter. I think I was commissioned in 2003, and I'm currently a lieutenant colonel, stationed here in Maryland, assigned to Aberdeen Proving Ground with the program executive officer, IEWNS. So I'm a product manager, and my program is DSIGs, but it's a little bit more than that. So I'm the PM for intelligence systems, which includes DSIGs, Titan, and a couple other MI solutions that provide capabilities to our warfighters. So I joined the Acquisition Corps around my 10th year of service. I think it was 2011th year of service. So after graduating Michigan State, the Michigan State University.
That's right. That's right.
I earned a master's in an MBA and also a master's in project management as well. So my wife recently retired as a lieutenant colonel. She retired in November, and we are trying to make the best of these COVID times.
Yeah, I know that's right.
I understand that.
I don't have many years left in me. I think this is my last hurrah. I think 2023 winter time frame will be the index event for my career.
I know that's right. You couldn't sling load. Huh? I hear that.
Awesome. So we're going to just kind of reminisce about little AIT days. So who were your roommates during AIT and how did y'all get along?
We got along great.
Yeah, we did too. I don't
Carter,
remember all their names though. I'm sorry, I
do.
don't remember all their names.
I do. It
Oh
was,
wow.
I think it was me, Carter, Pittman, and Pearson, and I think that's it. I'm thinking it might be some more, but if there are, my memory it really is shot. But I think
I had Shelly Walters. I remember Kuros was one of my roommates. I don't remember the other girl's name, but there were 4 of us in there.
I ran into Kuros in Korea.
Did you?
Yeah. She had got married, changed the last name to Garcia, I think. I might be wrong about that. But I was a second lieutenant at the time. This was around 2003.
Yeah.
No, 2002. And she was in E5. She might have been in E6. And she was doing really well. She was happy.
Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to think. I think I had Tremblay and King. It's funny because Tremblay's been trying to find King for the longest. And I don't remember the other person that I had in the room. And we all got along very well. I think most of our class did though. That's why I think I wanted this reunion anyway. Because I didn't think we had too many, at least I don't remember too many incidents of people just not getting along.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. So yeah, it was King and Tremblay. I really don't remember who the other person was, to be honest. So let us move on.
I saw Drill Sergeant Jackson when I was at Fort Hood. He wasn't in the military, obviously. He was a civilian. Really? But I couldn't believe it. I don't think he remembered who I was. I think I was maybe a captain or a major at that time. And he kind of looked. Okay. He was like, yeah. He was like, okay, I remember you. I'm like, I said, Drill Sergeant Jackson, because you know how that's how you do it. When you see somebody, you know, whatever their last rank was, whatever they were doing, that's who they are. So yeah, I saw him. Yeah, and I spoke to him for a while, and it was cool. He's a civilian now, and I forgot what he said he was doing, but yeah, it was good to see him. So yeah.
I ran into
what was it, Drill Sergeant Jones? Wasn't it her? And then
oh yeah, Drill Sergeant Jones. What's the other one's name? The other drill sergeant we had. Oh, I have pictures.
You mean the mean one? They used to smoke us all the time. Y'all remember Drill Sergeant Coleman? Coleman was his name?
It might have been Coleman.
He used to take us to the sand pit. He took us to the sand pit, and it was brutal. Oh my God.
Do y'all remember that first night we got there and we wanted to go in the chow hall and eat, and they like smoked us until the chow hall closed? Man, that was horrible.
It was,
so
those
horrible.
are some significant life-changing events.
I know. And remember when they told us, oh, you know, you're going to start off, you're going to get this badge, then this badge, and this badge, and the last badge, you'll be able to, you know, stay off post overnight. We're like, oh, snap. Yes, we're excited. And never got that.
They kept us on lockdown.
Yeah. I swear we were on lockdown half the time we were in AIT.
Yeah, we made the most of it, though. Yeah.
It backfired, right? We went crazy on the weekends, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We definitely had fun on those weekends.
Also, Drill Sergeant Bell, that was the other one that was that would smoke people a lot, wasn't it? Drill Sergeant Bell?
That's right. He used to come through the barracks and do inspections after he had a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was cool. Though. He was cool.
Yeah.
Who was that they put their bunk beds outside? Y'all remember when they put the bunk beds outside? Whose bunks were those?
I don't remember, but I think Joe Bell was involved in that.
I
He
think
probably
so.
was.
I think he was. I think he was.
Yeah, yeah. That was good. That was funny.
Yo, so I was looking
Good
at the
memory.
pictures, and you guys remember when Green fell?
Yeah,
hit
hit
his
his
head.
head. Yeah, I do
He
remember
like
that.
them
And
knees.
they were like, "Why did y'all let him fall like that?" Because it sounded like a bowling ball hitting the ground. It was wow. It was so loud.
Shocking. Oh my God, that was
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. They just moved out of the way.
Oh, everybody.
Yeah, I was like, man, it was just no help from the battle buddy.
He was
Exactly. No help.
like, no help at all.
But you know what? One of my prized memories was from AIT is when we always won the motto competitions.
That's because you wrote the mottos,
Right.
right?
Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
saying though, give me my props.
Right.
But we had the best mottos though, for real. Like
it was amazing.
It was.
so impressive. Yeah, we did.
I remember both of them.
I
really
so
do.
do I. Look, I sure do.
I know you do. I know. It was so funny because my mom had sent me this box of stuff too. I guess she was like, "Let me get this out of my house," and I was going through so much stuff from that time. And I think I even have a copy of it somewhere. I didn't go through it for this, but I have a copy of which it was you and Enoch.
Yep, Enoch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the co-author.
Yep,
it was a lot of fun. It was.
Yeah.
I feel like we were more like siblings than anything.
I know.
I mean, we had.
Hey, has anybody found
so-
Kelly on Facebook?
No.
He was our student first sergeant.
Right.
No, I never, I don't, so I don't know how long he stayed in. Did he stay in for a while? Did anybody?
I thought he was in the reserves. Wasn't he?
I don't remember.
I think he was.
Yeah. Him and Tremblay, right? They were in reserves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember. What was his first name? Do you remember that?
Nope, no idea.
We should have a.
You remember King's first name?
Like
I said, I've been trying to find her. Does anybody remember? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what was that?
No, I was just trying to figure. Do y'all remember King's first name? I don't remember her first name.
I don't remember King.
You
don't
remember
King?
King was short female, and she had
A
yes.
beard?
Yeah.
You are like she had, oh, okay.
Y'all stop before she watched this.
Oh, you so wrong. But because you said that, I remember who you talking about.
She had a baby hair going.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was the baby hair.
Yeah,
It was
Oh man, that's bad.
Yeah, she was cool though. I think I got some somewhere of actually, who was it? I don't know half of these people. It's so funny that you know your core few, and then some of them you're like, who
it's fuzzy. You don't remember. Yeah, you're right.
Where did it come from?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few that I remember, but there's some of them I don't remember as much.
At all. Me at all. When they face come up, I'm like, oh, okay, they were there.
Yeah.
So who were the people that made the biggest impression on you, good or bad, and why in AIT?
I'm gonna say Pace. I mean, you know, you don't often meet somebody with a familiar background, right? So when I found out there was someone from Michigan State, I'm like, that can't be
Right.
it. Like, you know, and
Right.
it was great. It was encouraging. You know, I felt like less like a stranger, and but I think we had a lot of kind people. So I
Yeah.
think the difference between AIT and basic was we had some weirdos in basic training, but in AIT,
Sure did. So did I. Yeah.
I think we were more more aligned with socially with what we wanted to accomplish, and I guess our ways of thinking was really similar. I think we all came from somewhat similar backgrounds. I don't think there were any millionaires in the group, but we were all
No.
we were all somewhat on the same path.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say the same. Like I would say Mike was probably one of the ones that, you know, probably had the biggest impressions on me too, because again, we were both from Michigan State. We used to always talk about how, you know, we were going to be officers and, you know, like all our great plans that we had for the Army. And just to kind of like, after all these years, see that we like realized what we talked about we were going to do. And then you remember we ran into each other, what was it? Iraq? Was it Iraq?
It was first it was Korea,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it was Iraq.
Yeah, so we ran into each other a couple times throughout our careers. And you know, just always the same rank, always okay, you still in the fight, okay, you know, we just kind of always ran into each other and we were always just kind of tracking the same way, you know. So yeah, definitely influential there. So, you know, we had a couple other people in our class. I wouldn't say they really had an impact on me per se. They were just good people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Jason
is joining the group. What's up?
Nothing much going on. Had a few things to take care of.
Knight was one of our other roommates.
Yep.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yes,
Cool.
yes. I definitely remember that. Wow.
All right, Jason, introduce yourself to people.
Well, hello. This is, at the time, PFC Jason Knight from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh,
Oh, my
All these
goodness.
Michigan people.
Yes,
that's right.
goodness. Oh, and I remember my first encounter with you. Before you were married, you were just Ace.
Oh, okay.
You checked me in AIT like, how you know my brother girlfriend? And I was like, oh my God, what the hell? You know, I have a really good memory.
I'm glad you do, because
I was like, oh wow, she just really checked me about that.
my bad.
I was like, is she one of the drill sergeants or is she in the cop? I was like, shit.
Yeah, she was not to be messed with.
Not at all.
Not at all.
You know how us Detroit women are.
Yes, I do. I still do.
I've calmed down over the years. Trust me, I sure have.
Okay. That don't never leave, though. It don't never leave. It never
Just learn how
leaves.
to express it, you know.
Indeed. Indeed.
So what our question was when you came in is who were the people that made the biggest impression on you, good or bad, and why?
Wow. Wow.
Well, you gotta share a little bit of your background too.
Oh yeah.
Challenge to catch everyone up on what you've been up to.
Okay, since for the last 20 years. Okay.
Right.
The last
Let me see.
22 years.
I came in when I started there, I was National Guard. I from there left the National Guard, went active duty to Fort Steele, Oklahoma. I was there for about a year and a half. That's a whole nother story within itself. I then came back to Michigan, went reserved, worked, went to school. From there in 2007, I went back active duty to Fort Benning, Georgia. And I believe I ran into Files. I ran into you there somewhere. I think it was Fort Benning.
Fort Benning?
Yeah, I think it was Fort Benning. I'm almost positive. I'm like, with 89% certainty, it was brief.
7.
Between 07 and 09.
We bumped into each other?
Ever so briefly, it was either the main PX or Shopette or something. It was like brief. Because I think, if memory serves, I was on working trade out, supply for trade out. And I was doing something for graduation. And I think I ran into you trying to grab something to snack on or something. Between 07 and 09.
I used to go down there a lot. I can't even remember what it was for. I can't even recall. I don't think it was airborne school. You know what? No, I don't even know. Oh, you know what? It might have been in 2007, right next to what used to be called Building 4. I think they changed the name, right?
Yeah.
Right across from there was a on the airborne field, there were all these little monuments. And in 2007, they dedicated one to the triple nickel. And I was in town for just a hot minute to watch them dedicate the triple nickel parachute infantry battalion monument, because my grandfather was in that unit. And he was there, as a matter of fact, at the time. But I was en route to Kansas and ultimately to Iraq for 2 years. So I did 24 months in Iraq immediately after that.
Okay.
Got there in December 07 and returned in December 09. But Fort Benning, Fort Sill, those are not the best places in the Army.
No.
Like,
and after that, I did 2 years. I finished up 2 years in 09. And I then went. I was a civilian. I worked supply. What do we call it? I worked supply as a civilian for iBowling, and that was, it was pretty cool. And then we got outbidded for our position. Someone came with a cheaper bid, and then I stayed in Georgia for like another 6 to 8 months. And I just came on back home, and there was some things going on here, and went back to school, got my degree in secondary education, and that's about it.
so what are you doing these days?
As of right now, I am working at an Office Depot in Oak Park as part-time manager there, and I'm doing other little things on the side. All legal, all legal.
Oh, okay. I was about to say now.
Oh, I do not do illegal.
Right?
I do not do illegal.
This ain't your
No, buddy.
pay.
I cannot do illegal. No, that is not my cup of tea. I don't need nobody trying to chase me around the cell because I can't run fast no more. So I am good on that. I am
Neither
so.
can I. Neither can I.
I got to tell you, but when I got to AIT, if anybody that was at Fort Jackson, that came with me from Fort Jackson to Fort Lee, I could not run. From the time that I left Fort Lee, I ran like I started off at like a 17 something, and I left there like run like a 14:10. And since I failed, I did fail out of art class, and I was holdover. I then went to my company. I took everything I learned there and actually became the student first sergeant of that company.
That's what's up. I love that.
I could not believe it. I was the lowest man on the totem pole and became the top one. I was like, what?
Yo, AIT was harder physically than anything else I did in the military. It was harder than
Really?
It was harder than OCS physically. Yeah, it was no joke.
I didn't do OCS, but I believe you.
I'm in. Finally. Woo!
Yes.
Man.
Hi,
Hold
Trumba.
on, because I saw y'all had your wine, so hold on.
Oh, somebody has wine? We have wine? Okay. Is this a dry party? Like,
Well, these are like margaritas in a can, so this will work. What's up, y'all?
nothing much.
All right, now that you're on, you got to introduce yourself. Tell us what you've been up to. Catch us up.
Oh, here, Jordan. This will be one of them. I've been up to this, and then the other one's upstairs somewhere. Man, I have 2 daughters now. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen them on Facebook, and I just want to say, like, I haven't been doing much. I work for the government, the Texas Department of Transportation. I do traffic safety for the San Antonio district, and went to school and all that. That's really about it. I was deployed to Kosovo back in 2005. And then I got out right after that. I was stop loss, and I said, no more Army. I'm done. I just want to finish school. So that was it. I miss everybody else's introductions.
Okay, y'all want to do a real quick go
Yeah,
around?
we'll catch you up.
I
Come
had
here.
a long introduction, so I was last.
All right, I'll give you the quick. Let's start with Pace. Hers is a whole lot more interesting.
Oh, see, I like the way you just kind of threw me on the spot, but okay.
Yeah, I've been
that's all
following
good.
your shoe days every day. The new shoes.
Yes, that's what I've been up to
Right.
the past 20 years. No,
Yeah.
seriously. So, hey, since you're just coming on, I just kind of gave a really brief overview of kind of what I've been doing. But, after I left Fort Lee, went to Korea, met my husband there in Korea. And then I went to Fort Campbell from there. After I left Fort Campbell, I went back to Korea as an officer. And then I had a series of other jobs after that. And currently I am living in the great state of Georgia. I am stationed at Fort Gordon, and I am the chief of logistics at Eisenhower Army Medical Center. That's what I'm doing. Oh, and I have 2 kids, son who will be 17 in December, and a 2-year-old daughter.
Wow.
She is so freaking cute. Every picture I
Thank
see of
you.
her, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Thank
She's
you
a
so
little
much.
model baby.
Thank you. She is so bad, though. Okay, who's next?
Who's next?
Nobody? Nobody's
Okay.
next.
Fowles, you want to go next?
Yeah, okay. So after AIT, I went to where did I go? Carter. Carter said, Fowles, don't go to NTC because that's not really California. I didn't know any better. I thought I was going to Cali, but I went to NTC for 3 years. And I enjoyed it. From there, I went to OCS. I was commissioned in 2003 as a quartermaster officer, and I loved it. My first duty station as an officer was Korea, and I met my wife in Korea. She just retired as a lieutenant colonel last November. And so all my journeys, it led me to the acquisition corps, and I've been active duty for 22 years now, and I'm a product manager for intelligence systems, and our portfolio includes mostly MI solutions. I'm stationed in Maryland at Aberdeen Proving Ground, and I have 2 boys. I have a 7-year-old and a 19-year-old who's in college right now. And what else? And I'm pretty happy. I think this last tour will be this tour will be my final assignment in the military. It's a 3-year position, and I just started in June, and I'm really enjoying it. But I did want to say that Tremblay, your family is gorgeous. You have a beautiful family. Incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually, right when I got back from AIT, I got pregnant with my oldest daughter. Go figure. My best friend had told me, oh, I have somebody I want you to meet. And I was like, oh, she's like, right when you get back. And like, literally, bam. I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I was like, I need to go back to the Army because I was just reserves then. I had switched over to the National Guard. But yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what that is in the background. I don't know, Knight, did you want to just give her a brief overview? She already
Yeah,
knows about me.
Let me see. I went reserve. I was National Guard after I left, and I went active duty to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. From there, I left there, came back home, went reserve in Michigan. After that, I went active duty again at Fort Benning, Georgia. And I was a supply, that's what I was looking for. I was a supply tech after my 2 years at Fort Benning. And we were outbidded. So after a few months, I came back home and I went to school, got my degree in secondary education, and now I'm like a part-time manager at Office Depot.
All right, before we got on, Kimberly, we asked who were the people that made the biggest impression on you, good or bad, and why?
There was a boy.
That story always starts out.
No, I know. Do y'all, okay, I do not remember his name, but do y'all remember he was always in trouble? And do you remember
Enoch and Teal.
what was his name?
Trey?
No, not Teal.
That's Bridge.
I swear this boy was in our class and he would always get in trouble and he'd always have to move sandbags.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name.
Oh, white guy.
Sussbridge.
I don't remember.
No, because that was my buddy. Like, that was my buddy. He's married now.
Was it Willits?
Not the.
No, I don't know. Maybe this boy wasn't in our class because remember when we got there and we were the baby class and then the senior class was there? Maybe he was part of the senior class.
So tell us about this young man.
No, he was just bad. I remember he just was always getting in trouble. I don't think he was like all there. I don't know why. Right when she said that, like he stood out to me, like as if like I was like I wanted to model my life after him. No, I don't know why he stood out to me. I don't know.
Was it me if I was going to dad mode? Like, who is this boy? He was
I know. No.
Structure person, I remember.
He was always getting in trouble. I just remember he would always have to move sandbags. Actually, I think they even put his bed outside, or maybe that was another.
We just talked about somebody's bed being outside. I was trying to figure out who it was.
Were y'all talking about that?
Yes.
So I'm not losing it. Okay, yeah. I really think that this boy.
No.
I mean, he could not have gone far in the Army. I mean, he was.
Never know. So do you remember Drill Sergeant Coleman?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So he I was so scared to death of this man. I ran into him so I went to officer candidate school in, I guess, 2002 and graduated, in 2001 and graduated 2002. So I came back to my duty station before I was able to PCS as a second lieutenant. I was only there for a few weeks. And I went to the PX and I saw Drill Sergeant Coleman sitting outside the PX. And this is the highlight of my military career, truly. And I saw him and I said, Drill Sergeant Coleman, he said, you made lieutenant? And he was so kind and I expected him to drop me, But he was so kind and validated, our whole training experience. It made me feel good. He was happy for me. And that was a special moment.
Awesome. That's good.
That's cool. Did any of y'all ever know what happened to Kelly? Because I remember me and him, like, we were the reserve class. Y'all were all the active duty. I don't know like what happened to Kelly King. Me and Shamila have talked about her so many times. I don't ever know what happened to her.
Jason, you know Kelly's first name?
No, and it's crazy because like, you know, when we were in AIT, like, you know, that's when like there wasn't even debit cards. I will never forget. We were at the PX and what was her last name? Solario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she had the blue eyes, but she was Hispanic. She busted out this Bank of America debit card to pay. And I remember I looked at her and I was like, whoa. I was like, how the hell did you just do that? And she was like, oh, this is called a debit card. And she's like, my bank just got these. I was like, what? Remember we would have to go to the ATM and always pull out money. Man, like that, it blew my mind, And I was just like, dude, I gotta get me a Bank of America debit card. Yeah, now I have like 200 debit cards and I'm, you know, but that was like, that is crazy. Like my children will never understand that. We said something last night and we had said landline. And my oldest, she's 20, she goes, what's a landline?
What about the phone cards?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The biggest scam in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Jordan.
Spent half our paycheck on phone card.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I would never even remember that.
Especially in Korea.
Everybody, like, it's weird. Like everybody makes such a lasting impression though on you. I remember the big in AIT. I thought we had like the coolest drill sergeant.
Oh yeah.
He was so cool. I wonder what happened to him. I don't know if anybody ever knew, like.
Drill Sergeant Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling them earlier that I saw him when I was stationed at Fort Hood. He's a civilian now. So yeah, he looked pretty much the same, except he had a full face of hair. And I said, Drill Sergeant Jackson. And he turned around like, who was calling me Drill Sergeant Jackson still? So,
and how long ago was this?
How long ago was it? It had to be maybe 2008, something like that. I saw him last.
Wow.
So, yeah. Hey, but you know one thing I remember about you though, Tremblay?
Oh God, I'm scared.
That mascara
because my daughter's right here.
That mascara you used to wear. Remember you?
Yeah,
it was so thick. I remember that mascara.
And now I wear my fake eyelashes, so I guess I've gotten worse.
No, I mean fake eyelashes can be good depending on how you wear them, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no issues there.
Actually, that goes into my next question, Angie. What were your first impressions, if you remember, of the people that are on this call? Like I think I said already with Fowles, you were very structured, I remember. It was always very structured. I just remember you being very structured. Tremblay, since she was my roommate, I remember her, you were really silly back then. I mean, you're silly now, but the stuff that you would come up with, I'm like, what is she talking about? You were making, I remember one time you started making elephant noises, but you did the motion with your hand like you had a trunk. And I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh, man, I am not surprised. Trust me, I'm not surprised. I just turned 40, so now I'm like in mature mode, like literally less ago. So now I'm like, I gotta act right. And I have a friend, she's going through a divorce, and she's kind of acting a little crazy. And I'm like, you shouldn't act like that. That's not how women act. But I'm like, did I just say that?
Right. Angie, I don't remember having any thoughts like negative. Like I remember with the cadence and everything, and I'm like, I just remember the people that were from Michigan because I'm from Ohio, and but everybody was just cool. I don't remember having any ill feelings about anybody. I just thought everybody was real cool. I told Tremblay this. I wish I would have found it. You gave Tremblay a note to hand to me, and it was like this little pink note. that I still got in like the memory box. And I was like,
What did the note say?
it was like, do you
What
like,
did the note say?
it was like, do you like me or not? It was like one of the little high school or kindergarten. Do you like me or not?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
You're supposed to keep
Wow.
Oh my God.
Hide your kids,
Wow.
hide your wives.
Wow.
So those are memories that I
That was,
have.
that was a private note. That was supposed to stay private.
Right.
Okay, you know what I remember? Remember when we have like all graduated and it was like that weekend we finally all got to like hang out together finally for the first time ever. Was his name Beach and he sat on the glass bottle? Man, you don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember Beach, but I don't remember. Did he get hurt?
Yes, it cut his butt and he had to like get it taken out or something.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Y'all don't remember
I
that?
don't remember that one.
Yes, I remember. And I remember, oh, what is his name? He has his name as a Spanish cuss word on Facebook
Pittman.
now.
Pittman.
Pittman, yeah. He
Jose
was there.
Pittman.
I remember he was there because he was like, oh, him, that guy's name, Teal, I think was his name. Man, I'm pretty sure Enoch was there. Oh, I like clear as day because I remember I was like, wow, like we're gonna get in so much trouble because you sat on glass. I don't know.
This happened at one of the hotels?
Yes, yes.
I think I might vaguely remember that. I might
Yes.
vaguely remember that.
Yep. He sat on glass. He felt like, oh, the hotels.
Yes,
Man,
yes. I'm
bad,
way
like-
down memory lane right now.
Man, I look back now and I'm like, we got like the crap of the crap for AIT. I ended up reclassing actually over to a 42 Alpha because when I got back in my first reserve unit, I was like one of 4 females. And I was just always in the motor pool. And then I had gotten pregnant with my oldest daughter right away. And they were like, oh, you're still doing your annual training. So here I was, maybe 4 or 5 months pregnant in the summertime in San Antonio. And I was like, man, this MOS is not for me. So I had connected with a recruiter and I told him, dude, give me something in the AC, like just, I was like, this is for the birds. Like, I'm tired of being like the only female in the entire company. I was like, this is ridiculous. So yeah. So then I had switched MOSs, 42 Alpha.
Yeah.
My first assignment as an officer was to a personal services battalion.
That's where I was at the PSB at Fort Sam. That's where I ended up going to.
And my wife was a HR officer for former 42. Yeah, it was a different experience. It was definitely, yeah, it was nice being in the PSB. Real nice.
Oh yeah, it was crazy because it was like 50% female, 50% male, and all the males that were in there, majority of them had came off of active duty, but then they went reserves, and they were almost all like infantry, and they had like the same mindset as me. They were like, give me the easiest job in the AC. Like we're done with this. So yeah, so all my buddies there, if they were males, they were all just prior service infantry and whatnot.
No, that's pretty. Yeah.
Who else remembers?
I don't think anyone.
Okay. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think anyone should ever. They should never assign any soldier straight out of AIT to go to Korea, because that is just not a true reality of what the Army is like. It is a completely different world in Korea. It is. I can't even begin to describe. But that first year after I graduated AIT was just kind of like, man, is this what the Army's like? Like, people just partying heavy, staying out late, doing minimal work, privates and E7s hanging out. I mean, it was just kind of like, you're just overseas for a year, just working, doing whatever you want to do. So to go from that to Fort Campbell was a huge culture shock for me when I got to, Fort Campbell, and it was just completely different. So, and then from that time on, it's just been kind of just humping the whole time. That's why I had to get out of Forces Command, because I spent my whole career there, and I'm beat up now because of it.
Dang.
So
Yeah, I never, because I was always a nurse, and then I switched over to the National Guard because I couldn't go to ROTC as a single parent, and I was going into my junior year of school, and so I was like, okay, well, you know what, I'll go OCS. So I switched over to the National Guard, and I had just missed the class, so they were like, don't worry, next April you'll end up tacking on to that class. I was like, cool. All right, cool. Man, before they got me that summer, before the next year even came around, they're like, oh, you're getting deployed. I was like, wait, what? I was like, no. I was like, I joined the Guard because I'm going to go to OCS. They were like, oh, no, we're sorry. We have to take you. Like, you're getting deployed. Yes. I was like, what? I was like, man, I just got tricked. And my youngest was only 1. So when I came back, she didn't even remember me. She didn't know like who I was. Yeah, because it was a long deployment. It was 15 months. So I left. My oldest was starting kindergarten. I left the month she was starting kindergarten. So I missed her whole first kindergarten year. So when my youngest had started kindergarten, I remember like I just didn't even know like what to expect. Like, okay, well, what kind of homework is she gonna have and all that? Like, I had no clue because I had missed like such critical times in both of their lives. Because when I came back, my youngest, she was already potty trained. Her dad had potty trained her. She was walking, and oh yeah, she hated me though. She was so mean to me. Just laughing.
you had something to say?
Oh, I was gonna ask, is that your oldest walking around in the background?
No, she looks like the oldest. My oldest is, I don't know what she's doing. She's actually home this semester. She's what? I think she's painting her room. She's painting. We just moved this past week, and my oldest is actually in her 3rd year of architecture school. She's at the University of Houston, but it's virtual this semester, so no in-person studio classes or anything for them. So she has moved back home after 2 years being gone. So like literally I had no furniture for her. Like, I mean, she's been gone. And is that you over there, Kaylee? Is she laughing? Oh, I'm hearing things. But yeah, so she's actually home right now, which is not the norm, but she's right above me right now. Ooh, that's my alarm. So no, my child that looks younger is actually the older one, and then the one walking around is she's a junior in high school.
Okay. Yeah, you're blessed. You're blessed with a beautiful
Thank
family.
you. They're really awesome. Shamila can tell you. She was just over it.
Yeah,
This one is like her daughter. They're exactly alike. So I'm like, yeah,
I
child
took her as my godchild. Jordan over there. I just took her as my godchild. She is like a mini version of me. Her attitude, her personality. I'm like, that is my child.
Yes.
Jason, you have children?
Ooh,
Couldn't
that's a
hear you.
good question. Really good question. I was starting it out for a lot of years. So I'm joking. No, I don't. All I have are godkids and nieces and nephews. That's it.
Same here. I don't have any babies.
So you keep your money. That's nice too.
You know, isn't it crazy? Like when you see your friends like your age and, they never had children. And I have so many friends that never had children and they're like, I'm just not. And I'm like, man, y'all are like millionaires. Like, I swear. Because I swear, like, I look at people that don't have kids. I'm like, God, I bet y'all are so rich.
Sounds good. It sounds good.
No,
They're
they're
so
a blessing. I mean,
like,
if I had
oh
the
my
opportunity of the nucleus family or whatever, I would have that, but well, you already know. But anyway, going on.
I'm loud on the mic.
What was okay? Okay, let's go on to the next question. Where was I at? During AIT, who would you have given the most likely to succeed award to?
Oh man.
Most likely to succeed?
Yeah.
Oh, Files.
Yeah, Fouls. Because he was so serious all the time.
I think he laughed
Like, I
like
think
three
even I
times.
was
there.
afraid of him.
I think he laughed it like 3 times in AIT.
I loved AIT. Yo, I had the time of my life. I loved it.
Like, this is my happy face.
Man.
Yes, for real. For real. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You were cool with me. You were cool. But you were,
I wouldn't have guessed
very-
that.
you had tunnel vision. You were very focused on what you were doing. And you wanted
Yeah, I
to,
have to agree.
I'm surprised to hear you guys say that, but thank you.
that is the name that stands
I
out.
have to agree.
'Cause I have a picture where you're literally supposed to be smiling in the picture. You looking like, hey. I still have like all these pictures. Just like Ice Cube at the end of Higher Learning, like smile.
Kelly and I used to joke that that you know, I always imagined him making Sergeant Major easily. I just thought that was just gonna happen. And he used to always say it was because he was tall. You know, he had an advantage. People would always put him in charge because he was tall. But he was cool. I mean, I never thought about that. But everyone seemed, you know, even the people that were having fun, I always knew that they would be successful. I never thought that anyone, no, I don't think it was anybody in class that that I didn't think would be successful. Yeah, yo, my son just walked ahead talking about don't I owe him some money.
Wow.
Come here.
Don't you owe me some money when you
Come say hello.
based on basketball?
Say hello to the peoples.
So cute.
Hey, young man.
What is his name?
What's your name?
Michael Fowles the third.
Ooh, the third. Man, you're living the legacy. Dang.
All right, get
Gotta
out of
carry
here.
that
I'll see you with the money. Get out of here. I owe him $10. We made a bet and that I would hit a jump shot, and I lost. So I doubled it, and I lost again.
Woo!
Oh my God.
Gambling is not your thing, brother. Stay away from the casinos. I'm gonna double down on this one. We're gonna keep doubling down. I'm gonna hit it one time.
All right, next question. Who was your favorite cadre member?
My favorite what?
Cadre. Can you hear me? Is it going in now?
Oh, who was the female drill sergeant?
Just our jump.
No.
I had a-
Oh,
Oh, really?
short hair.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Just Sergeant Jones.
Jones.
he was from Detroit too.
She
Oh, I
was.
know that.
But she was actually cool. She was actually really cool.
She was.
She was feisty. Like she demanded respect. And I think that's so cool. Like, yeah, she was the real deal.
Yeah.
She was like more fierce than I think I was more afraid of her than the male drill sergeants. She was
We all thought she was super cute, but we were all scared to death of her too, terrified.
yeah.
It's like that love-hate relationship.
No, just on the phone, like you're just having conversations with her.
Jason, you need to be a comedian in your part time.
Oh, I actually did a show February 14th.
What?
I did one on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's
Really?
awesome.
What? Where do you live at right now, Knight?
I am in Detroit.
Dang, and you did a show, a stand-up?
Yes, it was my very, very first one. I had to have a little bit to drink to get up there, but got it done, and because I was nervous as shit. And that's literally how I started it. I'm nervous as shit. That's how the show.
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
I mean, but you can actually see that in you. Like I kind of picked up on that when you started talking. I'm like, man, he's kind of funny. Like you have like that presence in which you are like presenting your jokes almost, you know. So yeah, awesome.
You need to pick it, like after COVID, you need to go back at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just do it. We'll be there. We will be there.
Okay.
Exactly.
Road trip.
I'm working on it. I'm working on some things, trying to get some stuff online now. Just, trying to work on my area. I've been working on my space, so I still got a lot of pain and work to do, but I'm trying to get it together.
All right now.
Troy. Fowles, where are you at?
I'm in Aberdeen, Proving Ground, which is between Baltimore and Delaware. In the middle of nowhere.
We were just up there, me and my oldest, a month ago. We flew into Baltimore and then ate there, and then we stayed in DC. She wanted to go to DC, and then so we kind of we just went all over. And I had a friend that I was deployed with that still lives there, so yeah, that was cool.
Next time you come this way, we would love to have you here.
Yeah, I didn't know you were up there. Yeah, she fell in love with it. Now she's like, Mom, I think I want to move to DC. I'm like, what?
Yeah, this is a wonderful place.
Like grandchildren, how am I going to manage this? You got to say kind of.
We've been here since 2010. I did 4 years at Fort Belvoir, and then 2 years at Aberdeen, 2 years, almost 3 years at Fort Meade, and now I'm back at Aberdeen. And what was happening was because we were doing military, and we weren't on the same cycle, my wife and I just kept, tracking to one another and keeping us in this area. And we've been real fortunate for that. I love this area. I want to retire here. But my wife, not so much. So we're going to work that out.
It's so beautiful up there, like unreal. Like, I'm like Texas, like born and raised. I'll probably die here. I just want to be buried in New Orleans, but it is so different from like here and up there. I mean, just is unreal. I did not realize that DC was that humid. So we would get up and go walking around in the morning, just drenched. I was like, this has got to be a joke. It felt like we were in Houston or New Orleans, but even worse. And I don't understand how that's even possible. I thought we had it the worst, Texas and Louisiana.
I meet a lot of people that want to retire to Texas. A lot of people that live out this way.
The cost of living is unreal here. I mean, you can buy, in San Antonio is like, I tell everybody, like, San Antonio is, you're an M&M. You're either Mexican or you're military. That's how you end up in San Antonio. Like, it is no joke. Everybody here is either prior service or their families from Mexico, and that's, they came over. Like, that is San Antonio. And the cost of living it's unreal. My brothers were Air Force, and one, he retired and they stayed, built brand new house. The other one, he retired out of Japan, lived in the Philippines, and now he's here, and his wife is on, they're trying to get her over here. But it's so, especially San Antonio. Austin's a little bit more up where Shamila is, up North Austin. It's a little more like bougie. But San Antonio, I mean, everybody, like, they'll retire. We had like a lot of like base, like we had Brooks Air Force Base that closed down. We had Kelly Air Force Base that closed down, but we still have Lackland, Randolph, Fort Sam, and Fort Sam's exploded just because they have the military hospital there. Yeah. But it's like it's ridiculous, the cost of living here. It is unreal. That's probably why
I got a great question. Where do you guys want to retire to? This is something that we talk about a lot and struggle with. When you retire, you think you're gonna stay in Texas? But you're in a great place to retire. What about everyone else?
Yeah, I will be here. I think I've been a nomad for a little bit and seen plenty of other states. and I see myself retiring. I'm not locked in, but Texas will, as of this moment, is retirement state.
I have absolutely no idea right now.
I think about it every day.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't think about it every day, but I think about it often. And my husband and I, we talk about it a lot, but we never really reach a conclusion. I kind of like Maryland, but he doesn't because of the weather. So, we have no plans right now.
If I could say anything, if I could play, probably be Georgia.
He's in New York?
No, Georgia.
Wow.
No, not New York. That's too fast.
I was going to say.
Oh, I think it's New York. I was like, man, he's really going for the acting. Like,
Right.
Oh, you trying to pay mad money?
Right.
You're gonna have to get you some Timberland.
Oh no.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna need some Timberlands, a backpack, and
I know.
North Face. No, no. But Georgia for me, that was an experience. That was such a experience for me. I love just the love, and I loved it. It wasn't fast paced. It wasn't super slow. It was like just right.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you get your food? It's just right. It's not too hot, not too cold. I'm like the Three Little Bears. It was just right.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely different living in Detroit. I'm telling you, because people are not friendly there. Like
No
when
doubt.
you're down in the South or whatever, and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" You don't have to know the person. It's all good. You go to Detroit, you say hi to somebody. Like, do I know you? Like it really
Right.
is. Like, yeah,
Mom. Like,
yeah.
Mom. Damn.
People are not.
It's me.
Yeah,
Oh, you better be lucky I know you.
yeah.
I mean, you did take care of me for 18 years. It's okay for me to say hi. But, yeah, that's what I like about it. Because that brought that out of me. Because, I like to walk out and just be, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? You all right? Hey, how you doing? But here, you cannot do that here. It's almost virtually impossible. You might get into a fight with just saying hi. Why you saying hi to my girl? Damn. Bruh,
Wow.
okay, I won't say hi to her. Don't say hi to me neither. Bye. Said don't say hi, I'm gonna say bye.
Oh,
Who's that?
spoiled puppies.
Oh.
this is my my youngest daughter's dog, Pippa, and she's a puppy. She's 8 months, so she's just like over here, like, hello everybody. Say hi, Pippa. She is a
Love it.
wild dog. If y'all want to borrow a dog for a month, you can borrow her. Will not be upset. Okay, go.
All right, another question. If you had the opportunity to do it all over again, what changes, if any, would you have made?
Not writing that pink note, evidently. So
No.
evidently not writing that.
That's
Then
your
that's
business,
what
put it
some
out
years
there.
later. I was sitting on that one. She brought it up. Hey, I don't even remember that. Keep that on the low.
Man, that's
So hold on. So Tremblay, I gave you a note to give to Shamila. That's what she claiming.
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably true. I was probably like, oh, I probably encouraged you to write the note, like
That
knowing
sounds like you, 'cause we were
like,
pretty
dude,
cool.
I think you should write her a note. I think she really likes you. Yeah, I probably instigated the whole thing.
That's just terrible. This is terrible.
Right. You instigated the whole.
Probably.
Young
I
and
mean,
impressionable.
I don't remember passing a note, but if he wrote a note, I probably drew something on it and made it like a little more flavorful. I don't know.
You made the note in general. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it was actually
made up the note.
Because
Put the hearts on it, Jason.
I
She put
actually
the
remember
hearts on
I had the biggest question on there. I remember who I really liked. So this even was
Who's that?
it's oh, she all right. She still know to this day. Lahara.
Who?
Lahara.
Aloha. Yeah.
Oh, I remember she something about a lamp in her room. Like she was mad, like throwing a lamp.
Oh yeah.
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 Y'all remember that? Do you remember that, Shamila? Like, I don't even know like what she was so pissed off about, but somebody said something, or I don't know.
That was that New York. That was that New York.
She was tough too, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, she got mad. I remember the drill sergeants were like trying to calm her down, but I was like, woo, she threw a lamp. I was like, that's when I was like, we know she's mad.
Oh, you know what? That rings a bell.
Huh?
That rings a bell. There was a female in our platoon. They used to Gardner. Was there a Gardner in the platoon?
I remember Gardner.
Sounds familiar.
She,
It
okay.
sounds familiar, but
She used to cause a lot of trouble, and I think that might have had something to do with it, but I'm not sure.
gotcha.
That name does sound
Gotcha.
familiar.
She had a big smile. And
Remember, we had the names on the back of our shirts, and we had Bull, and then that one girl, her last name was Chitty,
yeah, Chitty.
and we put them next to each other, and then it said Bull Chitty. Y'all remember that?
Chitty got married. Did she get married during AIT? I mean, during.
Okay, so there was a couple that got married. I remember because that song, Casey and JoJo,
All my life.
and all my life, that song.
Yeah.
I pray for someone like you. They would always like. I remember like we had KP or something, and that song would play, and they were like, "We're so in love, we're getting married," and I was like, "What?" Yes, and I don't know why. Every time I hear that song, I think about them getting married in AIT. I don't know if y'all remember this couple.
I got a picture of Chitty somewhere around here.
I have a picture of everybody on here now. I have all those pictures still.
Oh, that's
No
good.
BS. Yes, you, and you.
I did have pictures. Let me see if I can share again before we go off. But yeah, like I said, what would you do change if you were okay, let me start over. If you were to do all over again, is there anything that you would change, or no, everything you would keep the same? Anybody go?
I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
I would have changed going active duty as long as I could still have my children that I have now. Then I know that that's not possible, but that's the only thing I kind of wish that I would have just gone active, even if it was just, just did like, 4 years or something. I wish I would have. But then, I'm like, okay, I would have probably never finished school, and I would have never had my daughters. So, but if I could still I would even give up school. If I could still just have my daughters, then I would want to go active.
Looking for a sergeant.
I didn't give her nothing.
Yeah.
That's big.
Oh, wow.
How young? Oh my
Your
God.
pictures before I
Oh, that's Vega and Crumpton.
something, yeah.
Hey, there's me. I'm glowing.
Probably because you wrote that.
I think that was the bad kid.
Can we go back? That was King right there.
I see. I don't remember either. Woo, man.
Wow.
Those are like army models right there. Oh my gosh, that's
gangster.
a pose.
Right. Look out.
Oh, King. I wish I knew what happened to her. I loved her. God, I loved her so much. Oh, there he was.
Girl Sergeant Jackson.
Man, Angie, you don't age at all.
Right. She
At all.
neither does Miles.
You
He's
look
got grayer. That's all.
exactly the same.
There she is.
Oh, there you are.
That's not literally just
That was like right at the end of that dinner we got to
that's me
have.
right there in the FUBU hoodie. I remember
See,
that
I
girl.
vaguely remember. Oh, that one girl in the front. Her last name started with a W. She was silly. She was funny.
Washington, right?
Yeah, I think
Wow,
so.
we look amazing in those trench coats and PTs, though.
That was
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, look at us sitting so proper.
That's the one guy that always
Oh.
reminds me of Chandler from Friends.
Was that Pearson? Was that, wait, what was his name? Pearson?
Yeah, I think it's Cuban. I think.
He reminds me of Chandler from Friends. I don't know why.
What is this right here? That coin in the statue? Was that the Iron Man award or something? What was that?
I think that was the Cadence Award. I can't remember what that was. I just put it in there because it was a part of the pictures.
Oh damn! I had hair. Wow! I had hair. Oh, I remember I sent you that picture. No,
Yeah, I did.
I actually had hair. I'm just amazed at that right now.
Not like me.
All right, I'm
Wow,
gonna
there's another
stop
picture
this.
here. This pause is hair.
Oh, that guy with green. Remember him? Y'all remember when he passed out in formation and his
Yeah.
head hit the ground
Yeah,
and it
we-
sounded like a
Ooh,
bowling
damn.
ball?
It sounded like a
It was-
cannon went off.
Ooh,
We,
it's like-
we talked about that earlier. It was scary as hell.
Yes,
Samaya,
yes.
do you remember Coffee?
Who?
This is after you guys left and we were still there. It's Scoffery.
Do I remember what?
This is with Shamila. When after you guys graduated, we were still there.
I couldn't hear you.
It's Scoffery. The tall girl, the real tall girl.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, I'm gonna stop this and go back. So to finish this up, I wanted to just ask, like, what advice would you give to young soldiers today?
Oh, she holds her baby. That's a good question.
I know, she's so cute. I swear, I think that's the cutest
Yes.
like in the world.
Oh, thank you. Say hi.
She's always dressed up, and oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
I've showed my daughters her. I'm like, look at this baby. Isn't she so cute?
Christine, you actually got kids to do stuff for you. How do you get that done?
Here, you're going to have to get down now. We're here. Take your drink.
Yeah, she got kids
What did you
cleaning
say,
up.
Shamila?
So what advice would you give to young soldiers today? Like some key learnings.
I would say this. Everyone comes in for their own reasons. And whatever that reason is, be true to it and make sure that you accomplish whatever personal goals you set out for yourself. Once you get involved in the unit, everyone has their own agenda and you're going to get caught up in different cultures. And my recommendation would be to never lose focus on what you set out to accomplish because they're going to be distractions.
Right.
And if you can choose an MOS, cyber is the way to go.
I think the advice I would give to a young soldier is that not trying is worse than failing.
Oh yeah.
Because if you don't try, you'll never know what happens. If you fail, you know you can pick yourself back up and figure it out and do it all over again.
I had that conversation with my son earlier today. Those are powerful words.
That's really good. I like that. Anyone else?
I would just say probably the biggest thing for me would be anything is possible and you can achieve anything that you want. I'm going to share a quick story real quick. So after I got to my second duty station, I was at Fort Campbell and my plan was to do 4 years and get out of the Army. So that was like my crossroads, I think, for I think how my life could have went one way and how it could have gone another. And there was a situation where there was a specialist that was in my company, and he was like, oh, I'm going to be an officer, you know, I'm getting ready to get commissioned. I'm like, whatever. Okay. I'm trying to get out. Until he was standing in front of the formation and he was being promoted to a second lieutenant. I'm like, how did he do that? Just go straight from a E4 like I was to a second lieutenant. Fast forward, he came back from OBC and he said, hey, they're having another board, right? And I said, nah, I'm not gonna apply for this board. I'm gonna just go ahead and get out like I had planned to. And then some just said, no, just put your paperwork in and see what happens. So at that time, I was in the aviation maintenance battalion. And I went to my commander and I said, hey, in order for me to apply for this board, I have to have a letter of recommendation from my commander. He's like, sure, I'll write you a letter of recommendation. He writes this glowing letter of recommendation. But then there's also this document that they send that you don't see. So they email it to your commander and the commander emails it back to the board or my recruiter. So he emails another list back and he gives me a letter of recommendation. So I give it to my recruiter. I think everything's great. And then my recruiter, when he came down to finalize my packet, he said, look, we got an issue and I got to talk to you about something. I said, okay, well, what is it? He said, I want to show you what kind of commander you have. So the letter of recommendations I had that was glowing, I thought everything was good. When he sent back the questionnaire, he gave me one saying I wouldn't be a good officer, saying I was just this horrible soldier, just basically slamming me on this thing that I didn't see. So he said, so since he doesn't have the intestinal fortitude to either tell you what it really is or to try to do something sneaky behind your back, I'm going to just say, I never got this back, and I'm going to just submit the letter of recommendation, right? So fast forward to the end of the board convenes, list comes out, I'm on the list. So instead of me going to my commander and telling them what I knew and all of this, I said, hey, sir, you know, I just found out I got selected. Would you mind promoting me? So I could see the look of shock on his face, like, how the hell did she get selected after this, you know, document that I sent forward? So he ended up doing the promotion. I ended up getting promoted, but those words stayed in my head is, you won't be a good officer. You won't do any of these things that, you know, you think you're capable of doing, you know, basically trying to steal away my dream of what I was trying to do. Right. So when I got to my first assignment as an officer, going back to Korea, I went there and I used that as my motivation that says, no matter what he thinks of me, I know what I'm capable of. Right. And so I used that to fuel everything that I did in that job. And then in that job, I ended up getting a top block. And I took that top block and I emailed it to my commander. And I said, you know, I'm sending you this because you thought that I would not make a good officer, you know, and I used that as motivation to show you otherwise, right? I never got a response, but I know he got it, right? So anytime I'm talking to soldiers about, they're talking about what they want to do, you know, because soldiers today, they're so easily frustrated. You know what I mean? They're frustrated about everything. They give up easily. They're easily stressed, you know, and I share that with that story with them all the time to say, look, you're going to have roadblocks. You're going to have people tell you what you can and cannot do. But what is for you is for you. And when you set a goal, you have to be like a heat-seeking missile on that goal. No matter what may come to your left or to your right, you got to stay the course. You might fall back a couple of steps, but you got to stay the course. So that's the advice that I would give soldiers, you know, as they're coming up throughout their careers, that anything is possible and they can do anything that they set their minds to. All right, that's all I got.
No, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, we need to get that posted
Man,
on
I'm gonna have to come speak to my
Instagram,
children.
YouTube.
I want one of them to join just like at least the reserves, and they're both like, no, but I'm like, please, like, but now I'm gonna like, okay, hold on, we gotta call somebody.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. I love that. Tremblay, any final words?
Oh, Well, gosh, I haven't been in since 2007. So I think like my thing is that I would, because I, thinking about it a lot, like with my daughters, because I always wanted them to join. I think what would be important to me is choose your MOS wisely. Don't, be easily influenced. But more important than that would be no matter what, like still finish school while you're in. Make sure that you get your degree. That is like, that's what I would really, really like, I guess, kind of harp on and whatnot. And there's like, all kinds of other things like, protect yourself, be safe, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, things that we've talked about a lot, especially if you're a female, a lot of, situations that you're going to be in. And, because it's can be difficult, but really just choose your job like according to, because you want to kind of like build a career upon it. So if you choose the right job from the beginning, and you can just keep going up and up and up, and then just keep I guess increasing your education. Like don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. Like like what you were just saying, it's like when you don't have somebody that believes in you, and you were like, okay, I'll show you. Like I had both my daughters. I had my oldest at 19 and I had my baby at 23. And I was like, man, like, and I know people looked at me like, oh, a single mother, like she's going to be a failure. And so in my mind, I was always like, okay, I got something for you. And I ended up getting 4 degrees. And I think it was just because I was like, I want to prove like everybody wrong. Like I can have children and be a single parent and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, my girls have great dads, very close with their dads. But yeah, you just want to keep pushing and just better yourself every day, getting better.
I would like to say one more thing. You guys have been like family throughout a lot of things in life. I mean, it's been over 20 years, but I mean, there are no bonds that can be broken through time and anything like that. I've talked to you on separate occasions. I've talked to you on separate occasions. I still talk to Angie maybe once on Facebook files, maybe that one time in Georgia. We still trying to figure out, but it shouldn't really matter. Family is family regardless. We went through a lot of things in the last 20 years and still actually were able to come together. And I think that's real. That's still real dope. For lack of a better term. I took it back to the 90s by saying dope. I mentioned.
That's what
She was
I
still
always
saying that. Don't worry
say,
about
like
it.
the bonds that you like share with people in the army are unlike anything. Like you can meet friends in college. I still have my best friend. We've been best friends since we were 12. But the people that you meet in the army, it's just the most unique experience. And I tell people that like whenever in the military, I'm like, until you're in it, you'll never understand just the bonds that you build with people. Some of my closest friends to this day, people I was deployed with, and it's so unique. Like I can't even explain it. Like it's just something that just words will never be able to kind of do justice on. Just, I don't know. It's just a different type of camaraderie with people that you're in the military with.
So with that being
Yes.
said, I know with Files and Angie, you guys are still in, but we want to support you in everything you do. So when it comes to retirement, let us know. If we can show up, we'll show up and we'll be there for you, like cheering you guys on seriously. Just let us know. We want to keep this family, connected, and anything that I can support. I know I think I'm speaking for the whole group, that anything we can support anybody on, just let us know. I want to support each and every. You have a business, let me know. If I got to buy some shoes from you, Angie, if you go make your own shoe line after you get out of the military, just let me know, because I know it's gonna be fire. I know it's going to be fire. So I appreciate all of you guys. I want to thank you all for your service. I want to thank you all for being on here today. Actually, each and every one of you, if you will please send me your email address and the place, a place that you want a gift certificate for, because I want to send you all a gift certificate just showing my appreciation for your service and just doing what you do. I really, like I said, want to keep this going and also just support the people that I know that have been in there and been just keeping up the fight. And I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I support you. So with that being
Yeah.
I thank you all, and this was amazing. Hopefully we can get everybody else together if we can find more
Yeah,
people.
we need to advertise this and be like, y'all missed out. Like man,
Yeah.
Knight did it, like stand up for us, and he's like, Kevin Hart is about to endorse him. Yeah, let's just
Right. Yeah, Knight, let us know. Seriously, after all this is over, if you're doing a stand-up, let us know. We gonna support our
Lord, I will let y'all know. I'll let you know we will have more than 7 people in the building. So
okay. All right, y'all. I love y'all. If I can, like I said, just keep me posted on what's going on with your lives, and we're gonna end this out. But thank you, and thank you all for your service. All right.
all right, thank y'all
Bye,
for coming out. God
everyone.
bless you. Good night.
It's great seeing your beautiful faces, man.
Yes,
It
this
is.
was awesome. We got to do this again.
I know.
Yeah.
Way more often.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Shamala.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.